First up, we have Codename Canary. Good afternoon. On behalf of the team, I'd like to introduce Codename Canary, a non-political, non-for-profit platform which will help people who feel helpless in the face of environmental problems post photos on our site which will link them with government and change makers and waste managers who can help to curb this. It's a picture of terrible pollution. Can we start that again? Nothing like modern technology. This is this. So how many people out there have walked past something like this in the past and just felt, wow, that's terrible, but what do I do about it? We can't continue on like this. This is just ridiculous. So the key problem is the feeling of helplessness that a huge majority, a selection of people in the world feel. There is a gap between the problem and the solution. So why instead of walking on by, we are going to create systems that are going to put people in charge and connect them with people that are going to actually relieve the problems on the ground. The problem works, which is great. This weekend we validated it. We hit the streets and received 166 surveys at Beaufort Street Festival. We also went into the city of Perth. We created that over 24 hours. The validation is that 99% of people actually care about the problem, but most importantly, 80% of people actually feel helpless and don't know what to do about it. The target audience. So to start with, we wanted to get as many people as we can, so we picked the low-hanging fruit. Surfers, people that we know would be interested, people in the Asia-Pacific region. We thought that that would be a minority of people, but actually, as it turns out, it's more than we thought. At Beaufort Street, we received a lot of feedback from people who said that they'd recently been to Bali, seen trash, but didn't know who to turn to about actually creating a problem. 3.4 million people went to Bali in 2013, and hey, not all of them care about pollution. That's cool, but I'm sure quite a few of them do. So they can get on our site and actually post a photo and make a change. So here's how it works. This is running through the website. If you use the hashtag Canary Trash on Instagram and you see some trash, it brings it into our website and geolocates it anywhere in the world. We're building in a unique automation system which will link the tagger with the most relevant local government institution or waste manager. In addition, for a particular issue around the world, sorry, that's the map coming up with all the photos that we've got at the moment. Once an issue reaches a tipping point of say 5,000 posts, we will actually, on behalf of our clients, go out to the government, the change makers, the people we feel will make the most impact, and directly approach them. The competition. I mean, come on, there are comrades. This is Tim Silverwood. He is the founder and ambassador for Take 3. Take 3 pieces of plastic when you go to the beach. He's done research on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. He goes around the world giving conferences and talking to people to highlight the scourge of marine pollution. We want to put you in contact with guys like this when you see that problem. And at 3 p.m. today, we made an announcement that he is the first donation recipient from our company, and he is really stoked about that. So we've already initiated an actual change. So the business model. We have 2 funding arms. Initially, to get this off the ground, we're hunting down donations. So this is the donation stream coming in through Stripe. We want to use 50% of our donations to strengthen our business, to strengthen our website, to make this more effective, because we feel that by doing that, we'll be actually providing what the client wants. The rest of the 50% on a quarterly basis, we're going to select someone who's actually making real change on the ground, doing real things to actually, curb pollution, and they will receive some funding from us. The second tier, which we want to create later on, is to actually approach guys like Tim, institutions all around the world, starting in the Asia Pacific, and also waste managers, and show them how our site can link them with normal people, and as a marketing space for them. So the marketing that we've done this weekend, we started on personal networks. We also have been right on social media, and we've emailed each and every respondent that we've emailed everyone that we got in touch with at Beaufort Street. So, look, I just want to, whatever happens, I just want to thank these guys from the bottom of my heart. With the team here, we've got Nereus, Marla, Kim, Fernanda, and Sam, who's hiding behind the thing there. So, look, just get on board if you are one of the people that is one of those people that feels helpless about seeing pollution, doesn't know what to do, because we think this can actually take a step in the right direction and reverse the tide. Thank you.
That's a seriously cool idea, guys. I really like it. I don't normally get too excited about the not-for-profit space, but I can so see that, and I can see it happening very organically, and of course for great reason. So the website itself, you're talking about funding. I understand on an ongoing basis that donations may keep you guys operational, but to get to that stage, how much might you need to get that website up and going?
Let Sam answer that one. Thanks, Jason. To be honest, I don't think that much initially. Again, given it's in a not-for-profit space, we can get this thing up and running. It's pretty cheap to run. Like, a lot of the tech is open source, so it's just my time. I'm pretty stoked to continue working on this past the weekend. I mean, down the track, yeah, funding is going to be something we need to do, but it's not necessarily going to be an issue.
And perhaps corporate sponsors, you've thought of those sort of things?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the platforms I wanted this to be about is about actually taking action about the problem. I don't want it to be hating on people.
The problem. So I want to keep it non-political, which I think will be attractive to corporate sponsors. And in addition to that, I was going to say, our research indicates that a lot of people are willing to just donate $1. So imagine if we can get the outreach going through our networks like teams across the world, we could potentially, and work really, really hard, we could raise, it's not working, we could raise, we want to raise $1 billion because we want to see that tide reverse, and we want to be helping along with everyone else to make the changes. So, and it'd be good to start with that as well.
There are other options, sorry, just to keep going. So there are other organisations like Service Against Sewage in the UK that have a membership model. So you sign up to them and you've got an annual donation. It's a recurring revenue stream, and it brings you a bit more in line with tech startups, classical like subscription models. So yeah, sorry, next question. Thanks.
Can you just explain a little bit more about who you connect people who are Canaries calling out the trash, and how you're going to get them to actually participate, particularly given the fact you're saying that you're not going to need a lot of money or much money at all to make this keep running?
I'll answer part of that question. So the automation system is the key to it. So it's great for someone to take a photo and put it on the site. But once they put it on the site, we're actually going to create the system so that we're going to shoot back to them. We're going to manage it and shoot back to them an email saying we think that these are the most relevant people that we can contact. So that empowers them to do so. And sorry, I'm going to be really honest and say I forgot to ask the part of the question.
So like one of the bigger issues around exactly what you're saying, how do you inspire action, is that there's no direct link. So if you walk down the street and you see a big old skip bin that's tipped over, you can't clear it up, but somebody can. It's just a matter of making the connection between you and the person that can.
So you don't automate that. You say, here's who you should call, and they have to make a second action. So the first action would be to call it out. The second action is once they get a list or whatever, then they may have to make another call or an email or whatever it might be. In your validation, have you tested whether people are prepared to do that beyond that initial identifying the problem and letting someone know?
To be perfectly honest, we did it and we need to do that. So thanks very much. Oh, one thing I will say is that when we get a threshold, then we'll be taking action. So if 30 people in the space of a very short period of time are hashtagging exactly the same situation, then we can do something about that. But we can't do that for every individual case.
One other thing is that built in with the automation service, we'll be creating a discussion space. Below that threshold that we deem relevant, sorry Cheryl, get to you in a sec. If it's below that threshold level, then we'll create a discussion space so people in that local area can discuss with other people. So, you know, who knows, they might be interested to meet up and do something.
Did you do any validation with shires or any of the people who would be responsible for cleaning it up? Would they look at the site and perhaps react to things that are different?
Yeah, the city events in Ken, did you speak about that? Or?
Yeah, well, it was mostly just that they were willing to have a chat with us. I had a chat with one of the people who were in charge of the social media side of City of Vincent. She said she'd be pretty keen to get us in a room with their green department, I guess, and have a talk, you know, what we can actually do on both sides for the problems that might come up.
One of their issues is that even if they are aware of something, or maybe many somethings, they have a limited resource for how they deal with that. So this is also a kind of big data play, which is the most pressing engagement, which is the best use of funds for a local shire or local government. A big part of those guys' issue is waste. You know, they send 6 guys out to do a job that 2 blokes could do, but maybe they've only got 1 truck. You know, how can we improve their existing thing?
And I guess just quickly, finally, no more questions. We have demonstrated that we can generate money. We've generated $285 of donations this weekend, and $200 of that can be provided in corporate sponsor. So, you know, we need to keep working hard to make sure that increases.
Oh, hold on.
Sam, shut up. Get off.